At Canyon View Elementary School, Ashley Smith's classroom was given flexible seating from Rincon Rotary. This gift prompted the fourth graders to ask if they could redesign their classroom learning space. Mrs. Smith invited Foothills grad Amber Levitz, who's the director of visual design for Ashley Furniture and Sam Levitz Furniture, to be the students' expert resource as they develop their ideas.
What do you do first when you're planning a project?
What did we do first?
Plan. Even in writing.
Even in writing, I love it. I love the connection.
Yeah, so space planning. So the most important thing when you're looking at a space is how we're going to use the space. So let's go back to Target, right? We were talking about Target. So when someone was building the first Target, they had to decide where do they want their doors to be. Then they decided they wanted their checkout counters to be close to the doors, right? So once you're done, it's easy to leave. And then they had to pick where they wanted the shopping carts to be, right? So it's easy when you come in to pick up your shopping cart, and when you're done, it's also easy to drop off your shopping cart, so it doesn't leave their store really messy, and it makes it easy for the customer. So that's all part of space planning that begins before you've even thought about what you want your space to actually look like. Does that make sense?
The class discussed how this lesson could apply to their own classroom.
Flow better. We've talked a little bit about like things that are kind of in a bad place. Without shouting out, I want you to point to something that you're like, we need to move that. Point to one thing we need to move.
Oh.
We talked about the refrigerator, and we also talked about something else over there. Yes, right? Because we all kind of bottleneck around that couch. We're like, where could we put that where it would create more flow? So you guys are already doing all the things that our interior designer is teaching us about.
So do you guys know what the word aesthetically means?
Oh, I've heard it.
So the aesthetics of something is seeing how beautiful a space can be or how it can make you feel good. So you can walk into a space sometimes and you don't really like the way it looks and it doesn't really make you feel good for whatever reason. Maybe it's really crowded and cramped or really dark, right? And then sometimes you walk into a space and it's really light and beautiful and airy and the colors are pleasing to your eyes. So that's aesthetically pleasing versus not aesthetically pleasing. Aesthetically pleasing is good.
What are the 3 steps of the interior design process?
Gianna? Plan it out. Everybody say and do that. 1, 2, 3. Plan it out. Right? Then what did she say you do after you plan it out? You sketch it out. Everybody say and do that. Sketch it. And then after you plan it and you sketch it, then what do? What did she just show you? What did she just show you, Heath?
Tape it out.
Tape it out or measure it, right? Everybody say and do that. Measure or tape it out. Nice.
And you can know that everything's going to fit. You've decided if you're going to paint or not. You've tested your colors. You can purchase your items, have them delivered, buy the paint, make sure you get your painter's tapes, set up the room, and then you're going to walk through your room and see, do you still like it? Sometimes you've done everything right, and for whatever reason, you still don't like it, and that's okay. Sometimes after it's complete, you might want to tweak it and say, you know what, we're going to switch this color with that color and swap those two spots in the room. And that's all part of the design process. So it doesn't mean that you failed or you did a bad job. It just means the design process is always ongoing and changing.
After reviewing the class's plan, what does our expert think?
I love it. I think this is really smart.
Good job, 4th graders. Can't wait to see your ideas come to life.